Hey, it's me, Uncle E, America's favorite uncle. America hasn't quite got the memo yet, but one day they will. And if you value faith, if you value family, if you value marriage, then continue to watch this video because I hope to say something that might be of value to and you. Yes, even you. I am Eric Kellum. That's my government name. I go by the name Uncle E. Recently, my wife and I were having a little bit of a healthy disagreement. I've started this YouTube channel and it says it's me, Uncle E. And she was a little bit concerned because the phrase Uncle E, while I started calling myself that after I wrote these children's books called The Adventures of Diggle, Boogie, and Lolo. It's a children's book series based on my real kids. Their images are in the book. Their voices are a part of the read-along audio that comes with the book. I have a limited amount of copies now. If you're ever interested, you can DM me about them. We are reproducing them and dropping them by the fall of 2025. Sorry, shameless plug. But that's where I came up with the name Uncle E. And that was cool for children's books. But then later on in life, I wrote a book called Sexual Healing, A Man's Sexual Journey and the Lessons Learned Along the Way. And my wife was bringing up the concern, which was a very valid concern, that you may not want to be known as Uncle E if you have a book about sex. Now, it's not an erotic book, it's nothing porn related. It is literally helping men win in their sexual integrity. It doesn't say Uncle E on the book, it says Eric Kellum. But I'm thinking about what she's saying, and I'm thinking, dang, I wish I had talked to her about it a couple weeks earlier, because I've already put up the YouTube channel name, It's Me, Uncle E. Now I got to take that down. But then I was like, no, I don't want to take it down. Because in both scenarios, I still think it's important for me to be known as Uncle E. And I'm gonna tell you why. So when I wrote the children's books some time ago, and I was thinking, do I call myself Eric Kellum or do I create something else? I thought about what I wanted the books to accomplish. I wanted, when kids read the book, I wanted them to feel like I felt when I watched the Huxtables. Anybody know The Cosby Show? Heathcliff, Claire, Theo, Denise, Vanessa, Rudy, Sandra, the twins. I felt like I was so much a part of their family, I still know the names to this day, and that's been decades since they've been on. But like I said, when I watched the show, I felt like I was a part of the Huxtables. I got to escape into a world that was drastically different from the world that I was living in. And I felt like I was a part of a family. Some of us, we want that. We want to feel like we're a part of a family. Some of us, we can be honest, we're not too crazy about the family conditions we're living in. I can only be the daddy of 5 kids. I can only be the father of 5 kids. But I could be a lot of kids' uncles. And so that's how I would, I would do these book shows, I would do these book presentations, and I would tell kids, hey, you could call me Uncle Stunkle, Runkle, Riffy, Tiffy, Jiffy, Bloop, Bloop, P.U. Sniffy, Ericksonville. And if you could say that back to me, I'll give you $5. Or for short, you could just call me Uncle E. And I kept the name Uncle E for that very reason. Now, the reason why I'm going to continue to go with that is because this book about sexual healing and other books that I'm going to write, I'm very mindful that those little kids that I wrote those books for are now adults. And they still, in many ways, have grown up without family, without fathers. And while I can only be a good father to the 5 kids that I have, I can be a crazy uncle. I can be a crazy uncle that offers advice and lessons that I've learned that might help someone else if they want to pay attention. That's what you're going to get from me, Uncle E. I might be talking to the kids. I might be talking to the teens. I might be talking to the young adults. I might be talking to the grown adults. The whole goal of all of that is to help you and your family win. I want you to win in family relationships. I want you to win in parenting. I want you to win in being great kids to your parents. I want you to win in sexual integrity. Win, 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 win. That's what I did. I learned how to win. Let me tell you a little bit about my origin story, and then I'm gonna be out like the 90s. When I was 5 years old, my biological mom left me at a Greyhound bus station. I was losing in family. She told me that she was going to go and find my father. I had heard about this thing called a father. Didn't see it a lot in the neighborhood I grew up in, but I heard about this thing called a dad. I was curious about it. I didn't want to be away from my mom, but I'm thinking if she's going to go out a couple days and bring back one of these things called a dad, and I can have a mom and a dad, then I'm willing to make the sacrifice. So she said, I'm going to go find your father, and this lady sitting next to you, she's going to take care of you while I'm gone. I'd never met the lady in my life. I wasn't crazy about the idea, but I trusted my mom. What 5-year-old kid doesn't trust their mom? So she's going to get on the bus. Before she gets on the bus, she waves, I wave, I miss her, I love her, I say I love you. She says I love you. She gets on the bus. I look to go with this lady wherever she's going to take me, and that lady is gone. And at that moment in time, I was losing in family. Not just was I losing, I was getting blown out. I wasn't even in the game called family. Never getting therapy for that, creating unhealthy, toxic behaviors and thoughts because of that situation without it being addressed, getting involved in stuff I wasn't supposed to get involved in, then infecting my marriage with unhealthy behaviors because of that. I was 32 years old and didn't realize how much I was losing in marriage and family. I was losing. I had the appearance like I was winning. We looked good. Anyone that saw us thought that we looked good. But I was losing. And if I had not made the changes and corrections that I made, I would have lost everything. Absolutely everything. And so I made a decision. I was going to study. There were at that particular time, I was going to study why God created marriage, why God created family, why God created sex, because I needed to get back in that's another video for another day. And I needed to study my wife because I married her, but I didn't understand what my role was to really be a husband. Anyway, long story short, I'm trying to wrap up this video. I'm told in this generation that we're supposed to have short videos, so bear with me. From my own personal determination to learn about family dynamics, marriage, all of that, I began to apply some things. And as I applied them, I began to see changes in growth, in healing, in development, and I invested in my marriage. I invested in my family. And the result is I'm winning. Like I said, me and my wife, we have a great marriage. Me and my children, each one of my 5 children, we like each other. They like me, I like them. Of course, we love each other. But you know how many parents don't like their kids? If they were to be honest, they love them, but they don't like hanging out with them. You know how many kids can't stand their parents? They love them, but they don't want to be around them. And I don't think that should be the case. I think you should not just love, you should like the family members in your life. That's another video for another day. I'm saying all this to say is that you can get accustomed to getting more videos from me, Uncle E, and my goal, my mission, and my assignment is to help you and your family win. I want you to win. If you're married, I want you to win. I don't want you to feel like your marriage is losing. I don't want you to feel like you're out of the game. I don't want you to feel like you're sitting on the bench. I want you to feel like you're winning in your marriage. I want you to feel like you're winning in your parenting. Young people, I want you to feel like you're winning as children to your parents. I want you to feel like you're winning as siblings. If you're dating someone, I want to give you the ingredients so you can win. And I believe I can. Do me a favor, put in the comment, in a particular family relationship in your life, are you winning? Are you losing? Or do you even feel like you're in the game? And then give the reason why you shared the comment that you did. Because I'll be checking those comments periodically to see what you say. That might just provoke me to speak on a particular subject matter based on what you said. Other than that, just look out for more videos from me, Uncle E, Eric Kellum, as it's my goal to help you win in your faith, in your family, in your marriage, in your purpose, and even, yes, even dare I say, in your sexual integrity. That's another video for another day. But they're coming. They're coming soon. They're coming soon. Thanks for watching me. Again, this is Uncle E. America quite hasn't received the memo yet, but believe me, one day they will.